Oh,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shining Hawk Healing. Thank you, everyone who is showing up. We've got Sharon and Patricia in the room. Yay. First two. Yay. So let's just have a little powwow today. How's everybody doing? Johnny, what's going on for you for next week?
next week we have our soul chat again. Well, whatever that Sunday is. It's not this Sunday coming up, it's the next one. And so we have another soul chat coming up, and that is it.
And that it's it.
Mhm.
Are you doing a lot of readings this week?
I do a lot of readings every week,
Yeah.
but I figured if, well, yeah. Yes, I do.
Is there a place where people should contact you if they want a reading?
It's Tarot's Apprentice, gmail.com. Do emails or we can do a live reading. So that's, yeah. But you have to schedule the live reading. The email, you can just send your question at any time.
Hmm. How about you, Sienna? What's going on for you? I know tomorrow is yay.
Tomorrow is Weird Questions, and I know you're joining me, Tony. Johnny, I'm guessing you're joining me.
I've always been there.
Yeah, that's why I just assumed.
Always on the wake.
We
Anyway.
actually have Sonia Lee joining us tomorrow as well from Soul Sisters Tarot. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And that's kind of all I got going for the rest of the week. I'm on the level 2 notes now for my own Reiki curriculum, which is kind of exciting and making progress. Next week, actually, I've already had my master attunement, but I never got the proper certification. And I told my teacher at that time that, I went in, I'm like, oh, it's been a few months since the course. I need my certificate. I told her I wanted to start my own practice. And then all of a sudden there were 100 reasons why the certificate wasn't going to be ready and stuff like that. So finally, a couple years later, I'm getting the attunement done again with somebody else that I've done Reiki shares with before, and I'm really excited.
Good.
It's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got going on.
Very good. Very good. So let's see what I've got. I am working on my little art installment of my wrapping my tree, which is nice. I'm sewing. I sold all the masks that we used when the pandemic first started. I made all these cloth masks. So it's a curse. And no, I sewed all the masks that we had left over together so that I could put them on the tree, wrap them on the tree as well. Just sort of, to sort of hopefully mark the ending to all of that nastiness. praying it away. So I just wanted to sort of tell everybody what this whole thing is all about. This is this is a prayer stick, and you see it looks like a divining rod, right? So it's like a prayer stick. It's a small ceremony that we do like in the beginning of the year or at the end of the year. And all of these strings have little knots in them. So each knot represents a wish or an intention or a prayer. And what we do is we tie the knot and then we blow the prayer into the knot. And then this is what you sort of have to look back on over the year to see what knots are actually coming through for you. Sometimes you can tie them all together if they're related. So you get a little bit more energy going into it. So that's what I'm doing this week.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I'm filling all of these little pouches with tobacco so that when I actually do the ceremony, they're all ready to go. So that's what I'm doing this week. And I'm really excited about it. I'm really just I love this.
And your website is live.
My website is live.
Oh, yay.
Yes, shininghawkhealing.com. You can go there. You can actually pre-order the cards, the deck of cards that I just finished. And it says back order, but if you order, it'll just go into a back order. And then I'll know that you want a deck of cards. So
You can get your own.
And you can make your own. You tell me after I do a reading, an energy reading for you, I can make a wand or I can make jewelry like this. I didn't make this one, but my teacher.
Okay, I was going to ask you that, but afterwards, you do make jewelry?
Yes, I do. Yes, I made all of these, and yeah,
You know, that's a bad thing to know. I have like 14 of these and only one neck, and
only one neck.
It's like she made one. I'm like, oh, that's pretty. Can you make this color? Yeah. Oh, can you make this color? Yeah. Can you make this color? Yeah. Can you make? So I have 14 of these.
You could put them all on at once, and then you could, like Elvis Presley.
And then we can hear him walking from a mile away because it'll. Just
What noise? What noise?
Be like a rain stick.
Uh-huh.
Janitor keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at what we have. Oh, everybody, happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. Today is the day, the only day we have to celebrate the Earth.
Even though we live here.
Every day should be Earth Day, but if we must have a day, today is the day. So let's look at it's Earth Day. Are there any promising innovations to help save our planet? Or is Earth Day a nod and a wink to false promises that shield our leaders from the hard work? Which is it?
Is there a Mercury Day and a Venus Day? I know there's Saturnalia, but yeah, Saturnalia is well, it's not a Saturn day. It's when the roles are flipped, when the servant becomes the master, and type of thing.
Like what do you call that? What do you call that when the girl asked the guy out to Sally?
Sadie Hawkins.
Sadie Hawkins.
Yeah.
I never did that. Nobody ever asked me to go to a dance. Earth Day. Whenever are you ready?
What was the question?
Are there any promising innovations to help save our planet, or is Earth Day, the day, just a nod and a wink to the false promises that
So I had the King of Pentacles and the Devil, and profit over progress type thing. The Queen of Pentacles, which is my card for the Earth, and the Hangman. The Earth, we do this from time to time when we say, bad humans, that type of thing. But the Earth is a lot more durable than we believe. It is a lot more durable than we are. So it will outlast us. It will be here before us. It was here such and such and such and such. So I don't want people to run out literally like their hair is on fire. But at the same time, that does not mean ignore the black spot just because you don't see the mold. It is still there. It might just be behind the wall, whatever the case may be. But there's the Hermit and the Seven of Swords. There are some strategies, but these come from people who are more smaller in numbers, isolated, if you will. So, enough people is... Yeah, there you go. It's just, if we can get more people interested in saving the world, literally the actual world, then this would be a different conversation. But you need the people up top to create legislation to control the people at the bottom to do everything. You can't kill, you can't steal, all these type of things. But what about, you can't just throw a whole bag of McDonald's wrappers on the ground and just walk away like you didn't just do that. So, anyway.
My mother used to make us stop if something fell out of our pockets. If a piece of paper fell out of your pocket, stop, pick that up. This is not this is not your garbage can. Pick it up.
This is true.
So
I got eventually, not necessarily anytime soon, but maybe in the future, because I have here like 10 of Cups. I was just drawn to the children on the card. It would be our future generations that would take it a little bit more seriously. I have like a very similar thing to Johnie. We have the Emperor here. This is like the various world leaders, whatever. We have what's this guy? King of Cups. This is, to me, like not necessarily like world leaders, but very influential people who actually could do something or make some kind of a difference here. Yeah, it's like tied up by money. And that's what's making it take so long. Nobody is willing to like invest the money or the time. But maybe future generations will get on that, hopefully.
yeah. Wow. I see so many obstacles and challenges to doing anything concrete or anything. I mean, they're all saying have patience. We're doing it. We're working it. We're doing it. Like they just changed in my area, my neck of the woods, they just changed the whole garbage disposal thing where you have to put all of your scraps and all of your food in one thing in the yard receptacle or whatever. And, so then you have to get one of those composting things to hold all your scraps and stuff. And it's just like, it's like going back in time to the 15th century or something. It's like, what does it smell like in here? It's like rotting food. That's how it used to be. Come on. All right. But, they're saying, be patient. This will happen. We all love the planet. Well, most of us love the planet. Some people just love money. And here's the devil, because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Always. I don't know. I got the Destiny card. So the Wheel of Fortune, we don't know, but I don't know why I got this moving on card. So are we moving on from acting like we care, or are we actually moving on from our ravaging the planet and doing something different?
Is it moving on the Six of Swords?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So financial, it's all about the money. It's all about the bank, all the bank. So I don't think, I don't know if I don't think there's anything that is ready to be introduced into society that is actually going to help with this. I think we're going to have to watch it all play out before anything really happens concretely. I mean, we're still using the dinosaurs as fuel, so
I mean, luckily we're not a monolith and all people are not the same. So, but I am going to make a generalization anyway, especially for Americans or United States citizens. We sometimes don't do something unless we're forced to do it. And so try to be a little more proactive. That way the earth doesn't force you not to kill it. I mean, it tries to kill us. So I mean, it's like, why is the ground moving? Is this a thing that needs to be happening right now?
Because and now we have the with all the fracking and everything, it's just sort of kicking up all this stuff that used to be under the ground now and then replacing it with chemicals. And so she's mad.
Oklahoma had 800 earthquakes.
Wow.
Because of fracking. You put wastewater back in the ground, it doesn't like it, it starts to shake. I mean, if somebody injected you with some stuff you didn't like, you might shake too. So I'm just
like this last booster that I got. My arm was so sore I could barely lift it this way. I'm like, oh no, it's
Signs of
horrible. So let's move on to the sunny side of the street, and Florida comes to mind. So they have an expert that, no, that's not the question. Do they have an expert that deems which math books hold the critical race theory?
Wait.
They're
math
banning.
book?
They're banning math books in Florida. They are banning certain math books because they say that they are influencing the children between ages 3 and 5 or something. We're indoctrinating the children because the math books have something in them that makes the kids have critical thinking.
What?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. 3rd to 5th grade. That's what it is. It's 3rd to 5th grade. And it's
that's just called learning.
well, you have those equations that says Johnny goes to the store and maybe he gets some, I don't know,
500 bananas.
Some African American juice and I don't understand. Why are we working so hard to make our populace stupid? I don't.
Because you can control them. If they're stupid, then they believe whatever you say. Because
But then who's gonna do the skilled labor in the next generation?
oh, come on, have you seen Idiocracy?
Just, you think China's ahead of you now, and it's like, okay, you got a bunch of 40-year-olds now that don't know 1 + 1 anymore because they took it out of your school because 1 + 1 has to be a man and a woman because 1 + 1 can't be nothing else. It's like,
The only thing they know.
oh my god!
The only thing they know is 1 + 1 because 1 is a woman and 1 is a man, and that's
Well,
the
wait till they hear about 1 times 1.
I
You're
can't.
not allowed to do that either.
No, because that's a magic trick. Because how is it still 1? I don't understand. That's witchcraft.
It's witchcraft.
You can't do that in here.
That's
Let's-
witchcraft. You know how we feel about witches. We hate them as
It's fake.
So
Well, wait a minute. What happens with 1 × 0 then? Oh my god! I don't understand this desire to want to drag people back to the knuckle dragging mouth breathing age. Like we have homes with heat. You can cook your food now. You don't have to eat raw meat in the middle of a field anymore. Like this is not okay. What was the
them
question?
stupid and keep them in great numbers stupid. And then we will control the world if we can keep the people stupid.
And but here's another problem too. And we're gonna get to the question eventually. Here's another problem too. The stupider you make people, the less and less they have. The less and less they have, the more and more they want. The more and more they want, the more and more they have the desire to take. Who are they going to take it from? All the people who got to go to school. They're going to take it from you, and you're going to be up there in your penthouse in the sky, and they're going to be climbing up the side of the building because they don't know how to use the elevator, and they're going to smash your windows. They're going to take all your stuff, and then they're going to put you in a spit in the middle of the street, and then they're going to roast you. And then it's all because you didn't want to teach them 1 × 1 is not witchcraft. I can't stand humans so much. I don't understand.
Oh my God. So the question is,
It's math.
will this banning of books continue in Florida?
DeSantis is a moron.
He didn't grow up with books.
They make all the people stupid, and then they complain that all the people are stupid.
And he took his raggedy behind the school.
Yeah.
Oh.
But nobody else can go.
No books for you. Okay. I mean, why do I need
This banning of books continue? I wonder.
Oh my gosh. And you should want people to read and know things because DeSantis, the sands of time don't go up the hourglass, young man. And so eventually you're going to need a doctor of some sort. And you walk in there and your doctor is going to be like, I don't know what to do. I just walked in here and picked up stuff. Scalpel, please. It's like, no. Well, how about scalpels don't go in my ear? Well, they do today. I need to check your heartbeat, Stan. I can't.
Oh my God.
Nine of Pentacles and the Temperance. This behavior is, never mind the behavior for a second. The mindset behind the behavior is the thing that you need to change. Temperance is calling for temperance. We need to temper thyself. We need to take a step back, breathe, and figure out what it is that we're actually doing, because you cannot keep this up. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles is methodical. It wants to keep things up, but this is not the right road to go down. That's not what the cards say. That's what I'm saying. The Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, this will eventually stop because the nation is not going to have this. The Ten of Wands and the Death and the Wheel of Fortune, it will take a cycle though. So by this time next year, this may be old news. And it does end in the Tower. The Tower is actually a pleasant sight because it's like this will blow open and blow up and go away. But the fact that it exists, because again, this is not a behavior that is unique. It's a mindset that we need to correct, because math. Lord Jesus.
What you got, Sienna?
Well, first of all, I have Five of Cups. This is going to affect people. Like, I think a lot of kids are going to miss out on good stories, good books, or miss out on just reading classic books and learning the difference between what was acceptable then versus now, things like that. The challenge here is like the people that are wanting all these books banned and all this stuff. They don't want people to have another point of view. They want to keep the blinders on. They just want people to think what they want them to think. I was showing just a second ago, I also have the Tower, and it's next to this King of Swords. What I'm getting with this one is like, it's going to be either taken like out. It's not already legislation, is it? Or is it just something like they want?
Yeah, they've already done it to several books. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have here, it's going to end up being basically undone or like written out of their legislation. I have the Magician here. People are going to find ways to read the banned books anyway. We have the internet. We have access to, pretty much anything at your fingertips. What's the point of banning something if here I have the rest of the nation, people being like, here, you can have mine, basically. Like, it's ridiculous. So it's not even going to work. People are going to end up finding ways to work around this anyway.
From we the people to duh. I can't anymore.
I used to laugh at Idiocracy, that movie, and now I go, oh my God. It was prologue becomes the
We're
president.
turning into people's satire. Let's like what. And mind you, they control our books anyway. So I mean, but banning them.
They take real history out of the books and put in what
they want.
Stupid stuff. It's all about deception, deceiving the public, deceiving parents, deceiving teachers and administrators, saying, there's bad stuff in those books. Let's get rid of them. But they've got some obstacle and challenges to overcome, because the truth and balance and justice and all of that will prevail. And, they're hoping to prevail with this, but I don't think it's going to happen. Just shut up and sit down. Ron DeSantis, whatever your name is.
God, dog.
Because come on, what is going on? It's just everything. Every day I hear something new about what he's doing, and I'm like, is he going wacko or what? What? Because
You
now,
think
Would be
he's
the
a
worst person
sitcom
he can be.
character?
now you have Disney. They're fighting with Disney. They took their whole agreement and threw it in the trash, and now all of that money that Disney owes is not going to come from Disney. It's going to come from the taxpayers who are on the hook for fire departments and roads and all the things that all the services that they need. It's not going to come from Disney anymore because they don't have to do it.
They had a self-governing contract to where they have this big swath of land. You have to take care of it because this is basically like the Vatican.
Yeah,
You take care of your own little city over here, but not anymore. I mean, it's fine. Nobody gets special tax breaks. Do it for Disney, but do it for Enron and whoever else is stationed in Florida. Take everybody's special tax breaks away, and then say, okay.
And I'm not saying that this is bad for Disney or whatever. They got more money than God. So it's like, but you shot yourself in the foot because now you have to pay the bills.
Yes.
And it's okay because he's not paying the bills himself. He's
only doing it because they opposed his slow bill that he.
So what's going to happen with this, this revoking of the the land grab? Will Disney prevail or will DeSantis prevail?
Their state senate has already voted on it. Their house just needs to.
Oh.
So it's very close to happening.
So will Florida lose their Disney ears or?
That's a whole nother thing because I mean Disney more than likely is not going to leave Florida. That would be very devastating for their entire economy. But
well, they got other places,
they got a whole bunch. I mean, I'm pretty sure any state would love to give Disney a whole bunch of land to just sit on because of all the tourism it brings.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Florida for beaches and Disney World. That's it.
That's it.
You don't go for nothing else.
We don't go to see DeSantis, that's for sure.
Ooh, palm trees. Let's go watch those. No. At all.
Oh gosh. Let's see, we could do it without alligators. That'd be great.
Yeah, you send them to wherever you want to. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. There is going to be some victory over. This is a contract of some sort. That's not what this is for those learning tarot, but that's what I say because they're my cards and I can say that. The Three of Wands and the Ten of Swords, whatever this plan is, it ends. It's a total loss though. So let's say, for instance, they strip Disney of their special status because they have self-governance over their whole land. They pay for their own fire, their own everything. Say they strip them of this, something happens to where this is undone. I don't know how. Maybe he has to tuck his tail between his legs type thing, but it is undone. The Ace of Cups, the Star, and the Six of Cups, there's something immature about it. That's what's going to come. There's also I don't know what this is about. I didn't clarify, and I'm not going to. there is some aspect of children in this. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, duh. Okay, because this all started because they opposed his Don't Say Gay bill. You can't teach my children about gender. So there's a children aspect to this too. This is going to come up a lot more, and that's the reason why they're being strict. Or how do you say that in the plural? Stricken of their self-governance. But it ends in the Queen of Wands is going to go in court back and forth. So this is not over, but I think they will strip them of their self-governance, but they will get it back some way, somehow.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Sienna.
Oh, well, I pulled some cards for Disney, some for DeSantis. I have for Disney, Obviously, as far as money goes, they're still going to be fine. But what they are worried about, they're kind of worried about, and here's like, oh yeah, here's where like the children come in, like Johnie was talking about, how many people are like falling for that, oh, don't stay gay, don't, whatever, and would be like, well, we don't want to support you, so we're not going to take our families to your locations, to your properties, whatever, your parks. They're kind of a little bit concerned about that, but they still have money coming out so wazoo. I don't think it's really going to hurt them that bad. And then for DeSantis, I have that he's not really going to have the best of luck in this situation. It's not going to, like, he's going to be really disappointed by what happens. There is some kind of like court judgment, and whatever that judgment is, he is going to have to like move on and worry about something else. I don't think this is actually going to go his way at all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So things are going to happen really. There are a lot of obstacles to this. I don't think they thought it through. They didn't go all, who said something about this was like childish or something. Did you say it was childish, Johnie? You were saying something about it being child. Yeah, they were like, nah, we're gonna take it away. But they didn't think about what was going to happen after that happened. So when the taxpayers realize that they're on the hook for everything, they're gonna go, hey, what the heck?
Yeah, wait a minute.
And this is DeSantis. He's going to be all up in his sad moments because he did not think, he didn't use his head, and he's going to have to move away from this particular thing, move away, discontented because he lost, sacrificing something, probably his presidential bid. Because of the
that might not be a bad thing for everyone else.
Exactly. Because of the financial cost that it's going to take. But Disney is fine. They've got, if it's not here, it's someplace else. We got stuff all over the place. You're not going to hurt us. And we can stay here because we own the land. We just, you just have to pay for all of our stuff.
You get the crown chakra card?
Yeah.
I do wonder what his relationship is to the divine.
Who, DeSantis?
Because he's such a backwards person, but he's doing everything. Because mind you, presidential bid or no, people like him because he is one of those hardline, I don't like people that are not like us Republicans. And so
I don't like people.
there is a woman who they interviewed. She said she wants to move to Florida because he's helping keep kids safe. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, she has children. And that's my major problem is people like that raising the next generation. It's like, this is why we can never get rid of that mindset, because you just passed it on like, syphilis to some little child somewhere. And it's like,
yeah, kids, they can be, yes, it's nurture versus nature, but a lot of kids are so smart, and a lot of kids will look at that and go, I'm not going to go that way because my friends are going that way, so I'm going that way. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disney World.
Because these people over here are eating arsenic dirt. I'd rather go this way. So it's like
I give them the benefit of the doubt because they're much smarter than we are. So Malcolm Nance, he used to be the national security advisor for the USA. And he went over to Europe, to the war, and he joined the service there. So he was just like, I'm done talking about this. I'm going to do something about it myself. So there he is. He's there, and he's fighting with all the people. Is he going to be okay? Because I like him. I think I like the way he thinks, and I like his straight talk, and you know, he really, really does live for the truth. So hopefully he'll be okay. Malcolm Nance. I don't have to worry about talking about the war because I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that's true. YouTube won't come after you.
It's got to be big enough you can talk about whatever you want. Because MSNBC does it.
Yeah.
And half those people are not journalists. They're pundits. So it's not like they're delivering news. They're delivering, what's happening in the headline and then opinion afterwards. That's what we do. But we don't have, 80 million subscribers, so you can't do that. So I get the Eight of Pentacles and the Hangman. So there's work and changing perspective. Also work and sacrifice. So this is something he feels wholeheartedly that he should have done, and he feels as though he made the right decision, that type of thing. The family's behind him, Two of Pentacles, or 10 of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. There's also a lineage there too. He's been in the service before and all that type of things. Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Empress. Upon further inspection, it's probably not something you should have done, or if you were going to do, don't tell everybody, type of thing. It's kind of like when Prince Harry went to the military. At some point, you have to leave because of the profile of the person you are, and you're causing too much attention, and then you're going to be a target, and blah, 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 blah. So the Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, this may not have been the wisest decision, but it was something he felt from the heart that he needed to do. So he's going with his passion, not necessarily with his logic. For the fears, the lovers, relationships, that type of thing. The word of warning, which is why I did the full spread, because I wanted this card to see what it was going to be, was the Six of Cups. So this may have been a bit of a naive decision. Now, that's not to say he didn't think it through and think it out and all that type of things. You just possibly needed you an astrology reading before you went and done such a thing. And it ends in the Nine of Swords. So there's going to be worry and stress, some anxiety. I mean, God bless you. Keep you forever, but I just don't think this was the wisest of decisions. But he will be fine, though, as far as his health is concerned. I just, again, think you should have done something else.
I have Ace of Cups. He's going in with a lot of emotional support. A lot of people that are like, gonna offer him validation and encouragement and stuff like that. Challenge. This Ace of Swords, it's a little bit on the nose, but I'm getting like an actual weapon. Like, I think, like you're saying, Johnie, like I think he'll be okay, but I don't really want to say this, but this is what is coming in. He might get injured. So I have the Tower. There's some kind of attack wherever the guys are based. And then there's like an injury here where he still wants to fight, but he's not really able to. But he'll continue to do like activism and stuff instead of like actual battle if he's, not able to take part physically anymore. But he is like wholeheartedly into this. I just think he might have rushed the decision a little bit. Like I'm sure he did sit down and think it through, but it's almost like he needed one more really big think about it. It was kind of like a snap decision.
Yeah, it was. It was. He was like, I'm doing this. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm in there. And he just went in. And he has, all of this knowledge about foreign relations and all this stuff and how to get around in Secret Service and the CIA and the FBI and all that stuff. He has all of that. it's a positive movement forward for him in the beginning because he brings all of this wisdom, and they are very happy to have him because he does bring all of this wisdom and information that they may not have had before. And they recognize that with him. They're giving him his, his props. He's in the fighting. He's in that. It's not gonna. There's an emotional loss, so maybe he does get injured, but it just makes him even more passionate about it. There's a sacrifice. That's why I say maybe he does get injured, but it's gonna spur on some new beginnings for him, so that he can continue his what is this? His life's work, his purpose. So yes,
He'll definitely be an asset.
yeah. It's just like that. I wouldn't have him on the front lines. I would have him in the tent going, you go here, you go there, you go.
He's just gonna have to be careful.
That's where he wanted to go.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful, but I think he'll be okay. So, moving on to something that might not be okay is Netflix. Netflix.
They did this to them damn selves.
Netflix is losing subscribers. Whoa, that's one story. But the other story, an inside story, is they are firing a lot of people too. So something's funny with the money, maybe. But what is going to happen with Netflix? I mean, they knocked HBO out of the prime slot, right? When they started doing home deliveries of the CDs and stuff. But then HBO has been very, very smart in their programming. They've been taking time and getting really awesome programming. So now they're kind of moving up the scale and back up the scale. And Netflix is falling because their stuff is just so jam-packed full of junk. It's really hard to find anything of note to really watch.
I was one of the people. I was very gung-ho with Netflix when it first was introduced. I was living in California, and you had to order your CDs, and they send them to you, and you send them back. I loved the whole concept. I still love Netflix. I do a commercial for them suckers right now. They killed Blockbuster. Blockbuster Video, Blockbuster Music, all that stuff died. Netflix killed it, and they were very proud of it. Cable is going by the wayside because cable is $102, and even with the increases in prices, Netflix is still $16. And so I'm actually doing the commercial now. Hush. Sign up for it. But
by Netflix.
Netflix commercial take.
They also claim that the war is also causing a lot of subscription loss because of Ukraine displacement and Russia being cut off from the whole world type of thing. And some of that could be true, but because all of the platforms are losing subscribers, the Hulu, the Amazon, the Disney Plus, and HBO Prime, or whatever they call it.
HBO, no, that's gone.
HBO Go, it is HBO Go.
It's gone. It's now HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
I think.
But at the same time, this pool is larger now. It was just you at one point. You were just Netflix. Then here comes Hulu, and then Amazon got to play monkey see, monkey do. So, you got to remain competitive. And
all the major channels like NBC and ABC, they have their own streaming now, and so what's gonna happen to Netflix? Little old Netflix.
And that's what they're afraid of. Is this is a trend, not just some. They
may need your commercial, Johnie. They may need
I mean, they lost 25%, and then the stocks tanked, and I mean that's what happens. Stock market.
Now they are charging people extra if they share their passwords with someone else.
And they said that's another thing people that, I mean,
Oh, boo hoo. Come on.
I mean,
As
you
if
know,
What happened to
people
the
have
friends
been
and
doing that
family
the entire
thing?
time.
I mean, you
Friggin'
should have cracked down on that a long time ago, and that way it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it's a little late for them to do something about it now.
So, hmm
They
They're
should
you
have
can
been
have it
allowed
on
in the
all
first place.
16 of your devices. Okay, fine. I'm gonna put it on this TV here and my iPad there, and then my sister's iPad in Oklahoma, and then my brother's iPad in Texas, and then my other brother's iPad in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Do two things, and then that's it. But you know, mm-mm,
they don't specify that the devices all have to be in the same house.
mm-mm.
No. And I think maybe their thinking was, well, the kids will grow up, they'll move out, they'll get their own subscriptions.
Get their own.
No, they
No.
won't.
My family
No, they
did,
won't.
but that's not how that works.
Not at all.
I get community and confusions. This is a community wide thing, so I think it's not just the Netflix. It's going to be everybody. But as far as what's going to happen with them, there's also an indication of some greed too, and this is not just at the top. It's just greed. Period. There may have been a yes, you killed Blockbuster. This could be your karma. But this was also you possibly got a little too big for your britches, and you weren't prepared for the long run. You weren't prepared for the hard times. Now, mind you, do not cry for them, Argentina. They still got more money than Jesus and God put together. So it's, greed is strong there. But these subscribers numbers will go back up. The Lovers and the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, new actions will be taken. They will go back up. However, here's another thing too. Just like the ratings on TV is a bit of a magic trick, subscriber numbers are too. They'll be all right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we lost 200,000. No, you didn't. You probably lost 2 million. You just give me 200,000. That's all.
Yeah, I was kind of reading on the energy within the company, and they have been letting go of a lot of people that don't. It's almost like getting rid of the people who don't align with my values, who don't align with what I want. This is whoever's in charge. I don't know who the CEO is or whatever. I don't really care about that, but they want to keep all their employees like-minded and like agreeing and sharing opinions or whatever. Something else about the energy within the company is like they're really not satisfied with, I don't know, with something, maybe with their performance lately, with their subscribers, with their employees. They're just really unsatisfied. Like they don't see what they have. They don't I don't know really how to really explain that, but it's just like, no, everything sucks right now, and it's almost like they forget that things were really good for them for a long time, that they were on top for a long time. They just are seeing the current drop in popularity, and they're kind of like, oh my god, okay, well, I don't know what to do about it, so I'm just gonna sit here. There is like a crash here. It's like a crash. This is their popularity. It doesn't mean that they're going to, shut down and completely go extinct or whatever. But it will take a while for them to get back to where they were. It'll take a while for them to get more popular. They need, I don't know, I was getting like a bailout with this one, but I don't know if it's financially or if it's like some companies are like, okay, fine, you can use our shows and movies on your platform or whatever. Like just to have like more variety, just to have better shows, just to have more to pick from. Yeah, they're just, I don't like that energy at all. It's like, they're just like, well, it's not good enough, so nothing will be good enough. They're like kind of sulky right now.
Mm-hmm. And they did a bunch of contracts and stuff. Like Marvel is owned by Disney, so all the Marvel movies
They all moved to Disney.
Plus, and then you can't get ABC, CBS, and NBC because Hulu's got that, and then they got their own thing with the Peacock. So, conquer and divide. That's what they did.
So they want they want to have a partnership with their subscribers. They want to have harmony. Except now they're going to put the hammer down. The authority's going to come in and go, you know what, you have too many people on your subscription. You have to pare it down to one, maybe one. And they're going to redo all of their, what do you call it? All of their...
With their terms?
Yeah, their terms of service.
Conditions.
Do that differently. And, you know, we'll see. I'm sure, you know, people will just roll over and pay it because you want to watch some stuff on TV. It's because we all just say, okay, instead of going, you know what? No, TV used to be free. Why do I have to pay for it? What is that? I remember when TV was free. That makes me really old.
Yeah.
When you had 4 channels and they went off at night and you couldn't see anything anymore.
Sure do.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
It's like, what are you going to do? Go to bed? Because there's nothing else.
Ain't nothing on. Say, can you see came on and the plane was flying? You knew it's time to turn the TV off because ain't nothing else coming on.
Now it's on 24/7 and there's nothing on there.
Commercials and paid programming at 4 a.m. instead of silence.
They are still worth $5 billion with a B.
Ooh,
with a
wow.
B. So don't cry for them, Argentina. They'll be all right. Well, the share price is $215 a share.
Wow.
You want to share in Netflix, $215, please.
Wow.
Yeah, they be all right. Get out of here.
You can't just buy one share. You can have to buy. I own one share in Netflix. Okay. So speaking of billionaires, or is he a trillionaire now? What is Jeff Bezos? Is he a trillionaire?
He's still a billionaire,
oh.
But he's got more than everybody else except Elon Musk.
So I saw this story about Easter Sunday, and you know, of course, his people didn't get the day off. working. So one of his warehouses, they did a raffle. They did a raffle for the workers. It's going to be great because somebody's going to get a goodie bag at the end. And what was the goodie bag? If you work faster than everybody else, if you win this raffle, you get a bag of chips, a candy bar, a Coke, or a bottle of water. It's just like, what the hell is happening to the people who make a lot of money? Their hearts just become black or something.
It eats into the profit. I worked for Walmart, who's also got more money than God. And my job there was to make sure that their new hires did not quit within 90 days. Because Walmart literally, in every company in this country, has the highest turnover of any company in this country.
So what were you doing, Johnny? You'd grab them by the leg and let
you're supposed to make their experience a one that they would want to come back to. And so you would have a person, they had 3 or 4 of these. We were called sponsors. And so I will say, though, pat on the back of all the sponsors. I had 19 people training at one time when you're supposed to have only 2 or 3. We had 19 people. And 10 of them stayed. And the rest of them quit. But I'm like, is there something they get? They was like, no, they get their job. I'm like, but they made 90 days. Give them something. They said, okay. And then it took them 5 days. They came back and said, okay, we'll give them a free meal from the deli. I'm like, this is Walmart. Y'all can give them a Mercedes-Benz if you wanted to, but a free meal out the deli, you're going to give them some old crusty chicken nuggets is what you're doing.
Yeah, it's the stuff that the deli can't sell anymore.
Those hot dogs have been rolling around that machine for all day, days. stupid hot dogs.
Some old General Tso's chicken and some potato salad. Thank you very much, because those go together nowhere. What was the question? I talked too much.
The question is, what will he continue to grow his billions on the back? Will he ever unionize his? Okay, will he ever unionize his warehouses?
Will he ever be a generous person?
Will he ever have? Will he ever have a heart?
Because, mind you, yes, we don't know what he does in his off time when he's off the limelight, and he may save, little bald children somewhere because he's bald too. I don't know, but but the people who built you, basically, because you stood on their backs while they were doing it, deserve a little bit more than a raffle.
Yeah.
For a goodie. Give everybody one, just as a hey.
Because you came in on a holiday.
Yeah. No, you get one and you're going to throw it in the middle of the floor and you can fight over it. Like, what's
that? What is that movie, Squid Games, or that show Squid Games or something?
You can't buy everybody a Snickers, so you got to have one and cut it up into 300 different pieces.
And people are like,
and then that 1/300th of the chocolate bar comes out of their pay.
Yes, and I ain't even getting no peanuts in it. What the hell's
that is 0.3 cents coming out of my pocket.
I don't understand.
Sad. It's sad. Oh my god.
So dumb. It's so dumb.
Two of Wands and the Justice. Two of Wands is about planning strategies going forward, but you're not ready to move on these type of things just yet. And then the Justice would be rules and regulations. There will be some different things that are put in place. Seven of Swords and the World. Do not be fooled. The Seven of Swords is a scheme. It looks like one thing, and it is actually another. Four is also the Spy card too, other than the Page of Swords. The World card, to the world, this would look like he did a grand, fantastic thing. Just kind of like you could spin and say, we're going to have a raffle in our Amazon warehouse today. Oh my God, aren't you so excited for our raffle today? And then you get there and, it's like an Easter basket from the dollar store. And you think, what the heck is happening?
And it's mostly the plastic grass.
Yeah. That's it. This is just, you got 2 plastic eggs and a whole bunch of green grass in it. It's like, okay.
Where's the
candy? You ate the peeps on the way there. The 7 of Pentacles and 6 of Cups, whatever this investment is, it is very small. And it's comparatively speaking. I mean, we're talking Amazon here. This is an environment. It's listen. Okay. People don't get rich giving all their money away. You only get blessed giving all your money away. You do not get rich giving all your money away. Therefore, he is not going to all of a sudden become benevolent. This is still the Easter basket raffle company. So sorry, #sorry.
Make the workers work during a tornado company.
Yeah.
Or else they were fired.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
That'd be him.
What you got, Sienna?
These poor workers. 9 of Wands. They're tired of this bullshit. They're tired of it. They've had enough. And I think it's just in general they've been very much mistreated. Maybe not just that warehouse, but just the different warehouses, the workers in general. Like I'm sure like there's all kinds of stories from ex-Amazon employees and stuff like that out there. I asked about the energy of like all the higher ups in the company, and it's like conscience has left the building. Empathy, check your empathy at the door, because you can't. I don't know. They wouldn't be able to function the way they do if they had any empathy. Okay, and then just the whole energy of the company is just so selfish. It's so, oh my God. Because what I keep hearing echoing in my head is like, well, and it's like somebody being higher up being all snide, like, well, why don't they just go somewhere else then? oh wait, they can't, you're stuck here, because like some places there just aren't many other jobs available. Otherwise I'm sure they would go elsewhere. It just, ugh, it's gross. There's a lot of like a greed energy, especially in like with the higher ups. So then I asked, what, if anything, is going to be done about this? Are they going to end up being treated better? Oh, oh my God. So I don't know if like he's been sued before, and if he has, he's kind of tired of it, and if he hasn't somehow, he doesn't want to be sued. So it's almost like, okay, well, we'll throw them a bone, shut them up, let's give them like a little pittance here. It'll distract them for the time being. Such gross energy. I don't like that one bit.
And I will also say that especially when I was in Oklahoma, this is especially true because there's a lot of towns where there's like 8 people that live there. You can work for Walmart, they'll pay you $7.50. If you quit, you work for the gas station, they'll pay you $7. So it's like, yes, you have to work in the horrible place because everybody else pays less. Even if they don't pay a lot, everybody else still pays less. So they get trapped a lot.
Yeah. So my puppy is barking, so he might be barking while I'm doing this. So I get that. Yes, the people are very just they're discontent. They're not happy with this way that this particular mammoth company works and misuses and mistreats their people. But what are you going to do? This is how they do it, and they're not changing. This is how we do it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
They really wish that they could use this job as something like, there's no moving up in this company, I don't think, unless, you come from, I don't know anything about it. I don't want to just.
It's probably really hard. That's the feeling I get, is that it's really difficult to move up.
Yeah. But the sun is shining on them. Even if it's just like a little beam, it's like a little beam of light, because it's going to take a little bit, but they will transform something about it. Pull the what do you call the curtain back and show the man behind the curtain a little bit. So the company will, scramble a little bit to give them some false hope. Not speaking the truth, speaking with forked tongue. And, so they're on the wheel of fortune. And where are they? They're on the bottom because they're being manipulated every single day. Mm-hmm. So,
manipulation's easy. I mean, work faster, work harder, and you'll be able to win a great prize at the end of the day. Oh, what is it going to be? Cheetos and Mountain Dew. Get out of here.
It's like, this is the thing that you want, that we're talking about, the great shift and the movement to a higher level of consciousness and all of that. That this is base level consciousness. This is the consciousness from robber barons, of long past, centuries ago, who are like, you got to keep the people down, you got to keep them, working, you got to keep them hungry, you got to keep them,
keep them sick, keep them poor, keep them stupid.
Keep them poor, keep them stupid. And it just boggles the mind that this kind of behavior still goes on and still reaps the benefits of.
Yeah, because it still works.
It still works. It's just like, wow. Mm-hmm. You just want to shake some people. I was like, don't shake, but yes, shake. I want to shake you. Mm-hmm. So, speaking of all these rich people, the rich people who want to take advantage of the poor people. I mean, we don't have a middle class anymore. So, all the people who are not rich, who make below $1 billion, and stuff sand, right? But Jupiter's moon, Europa, is reported to have more water than all of our oceans combined. Mm-hmm. And scientists are over the moon, so to speak, about this discovery. So will this place called Europa be the next new playground for the Richie Riches of our planet Earth? Are they gonna take off and go to Europa?
They would love to. It's too far.
Is it?
Yes, because we can't get to Mars, and Mars is closer than Europa. Like it takes 8 months to get to Mars, but 3 years to come back because you have to wait for it to line. And Jupiter is a lot further away, and so they're not going to get there. But they do want to explore, so they do want to send something there. And I mean, okay, fine, but feed a kid now and then something. Damn, it's like
something. And and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but there's so many people who need food, need clothing, need shoes, and some people go like, you can't tell people to do what you want to do with their money. No, they get.
But when you have that much, though, it's not even going to hurt you to help.
Because you can do both.
Yeah. And and to say, oh, I give to this charity or I give to that charity. Yeah, but what else are you doing? You can give a little bit of money, but you could also build
a tax break for giving money to charity anyway. Yeah, so it's not even like they're sincere.
So what are you really doing?
Yeah.
You're really just writing it off. I gave off that money and now I'm going to write it off, my taxes, and I'm going to make more money on that money that I just sort of.
Because here's okay. Speaking from a person who really loves space, I would like someone to go, not someone, but send something to Europa to go see. Because from what I know about it or heard about it, I should say, because I've been there. It has tidal heating is what it's called, and basically it's close enough to its planet to where the planet is giving off enough heat to where it's not just water, it's liquid water. So all the rest of the water in space is frozen. But where you have liquid water, as we see here on Earth, there's other factors. But when you have liquid water, you might have life. And so that's why they're thinking that's a good place to start looking for life is on the moon of Europa. So it's exciting, but at the same time, feed a kid down. I mean, I'm just saying. The King of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, there is a scheme to this. And the reason I can say scheme and not strategy is because the devil is here as well. Devil don't lie, pops up for a reason. There is a bit of a space race for this type of thing, but they want to be the one who breaks ground first. They want to be the one who sends something first so they can sort of control the mission and control the narrative and control the control. And so it's that type of thing because the King of Pentacles has a lot, but he wants more. Always. And so the Seven of Swords and the Devil, there is some scheme about greed. And here with the Eight of Wands, that would be your flight. Now, here's Star, that would represent space for me, and the Five of Pentacles. Ain't none of y'all doing it no time soon.
No.
So try though. I mean, again, can't nobody tell you what to do with your money. Go out and try it, but because I'm interested to see what you see. Maybe there's a fish somewhere swimming on there that we can look at. I don't know, but
tiny bacteria.
Yeah. I just say in the meantime, drop off a chicken dinner somewhere.
On your way to space, can you feed a couple people?
I mean, that's Walmart giving out chicken dinners apparently, so go get you one.
So Europa does have a lot of untapped potential with that Empress. There's actually a lot to be discovered, and I'm getting the word rich, but it's like rich in like beauty and resources and like just stuff to discover. It's actually very interesting. But my cards kind of have a sense of humor. I have the Hierophant, the various like world leaders and governments. With Magician, they're going to have to pull some kind of miracle out of their ass to be able to make this work anytime soon. I have that even among all of like the super rich, the 1%, whatever. Number one, nobody's going to really be able to agree on like a strategy how to get there because nobody is going to be like able to work together. Like Johnie was saying, like everybody wants to be the first one to make the progress and get the attention and the validation. They don't really want to help each other because that means that they would have to, oh my God, share the credit. And also nobody knows how they're going to get there. They're still really stumped on that. It's going to be one of those things that they talk about like at their, I don't know what they do, their parties. They're like, they go to the yacht club or whatever and they're like, oh, I say I made plans for the spacecraft, you know. Oh, I was doing some calculations today, you know, like it's just going to be one of those things that they fantasize about and talk about and make all these grandiose like plans and ideas for, but it's not really going to happen, not anytime soon. I have on the bottom of the deck, the Two of Pentacles. That money needs to go elsewhere. There's so many other things that require that level of focus and energy and money.
In the meantime, did I hear that Kamala Harris was going to the Space Force to check out what they're doing? Because they need more money, by the way. So they really want to get to this place because this is what's going on here. And they've, you know, there's patience because, you know, you got some stuff going on, but the devil will have his say. The devil thinks that, yes, we can do this. We can move through. We can change the face of, or we can change where we are or how we live. We go to another planet that has all this beautiful water and all this beauty, and they don't know. It could be, and it's cold, right? It's frozen, right? So they don't know. We can bring fire to the planet. You know how to do that. We can bring fire to the planet.
I mean, that's what they wanted to do to Mars, was blow it up, basically.
Oh my God. And yes, they're, you know, they want to do it themselves. They don't want anybody else to beat them to it. And like you said, so what? It's going to take a long, long time. Even if you figure out a way, it's going to take a long, long time to get there. A long, long time.
They might as well build a Death Star while they're at it. They have the money.
Yeah, so we can blow it up. We can find our loose stuff.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a functioning Death Star. It could just be like a luxury resort in space.
Who sent the car up into space? Was that Elon Musk?
Elon Musk.
Isn't he also the guy that said something about we can reignite the light of human consciousness by going into space and starting over there? Like,
what do you have to start over? You just fix
there's
what
no air, there's no water, there's no food.
We're not, we didn't incarnate on Mars. We incarnated here. We got to deal with here.
Fix it. Somebody fix it.
Fix it.
Somebody fix it. So, okay. Second part of that question, are the rich really trying to move off this planet and leave us here to clean it up? They think that they can just leave us here. That's the thing.
I have an answer. I wonder how this is going to show up in the cards, though. I don't actually have a card for the word that I heard. So let's see.
Did I block anybody by mistake? I'm sorry if I did.
You did. I unblocked. I got you. I got you.
I can't do all of it.
and Jen said you can make her a moderator, but she's on StreamYard, and I don't know if you can do it from StreamYard. You can block from StreamYard, but you may have to be in YouTube to actually do it. But I got it. I'm watching.
You and Adrian are so good at that.
Don't ask me to walk and chew gum, but I can read cards and block at the same time. I really can.
It's the fastest block in the West.
It's a skill.
Okay. That'll work for me too. Are they trying to leave? No, these are toys. Because I don't have a card for toys. And I'm like, how's this going to pop up? Maybe Six of Cups or something. But Page of Wands. Page is kids for me too. And then Wands would be for something physical. So there's your kids and toys. So it's toys. You know, they have enough money to do, and mind you, okay, let me give them this little breadcrumb. Not that they need it, but let me give
deserve
let me give them this little bread. Everybody on Earth who has tons and tons and tons of money will fall into hobbies to take up the time that they don't have to work anymore or have to work as hard anymore. All of us have something we would be doing that everybody else would be looking at us like, you know, you could be like curing cancer or something, and here you are at the tarot card factory. Like, why are you there? Because this is where they make them, and this is my hobby, and I like it. Okay. No, I don't need 508 tarot cards, but I'm going to buy them anyway. And so I get it. I like space. I would probably get a really nice telescope or something. I wouldn't send a car into space, seeing as
Yeah, I don't get the point of that.
sitting at
more
bus
and more space
all
junk.
over the country that you could be given that car to.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's kids and toys, basically.
And, yeah.
They just like playing with stuff that they got a lot of money to do so. And I can't blame them, but at the same time, I am.
We should create a game, Play with the Poor.
Because there is a movie where they do the hunting of the poor or something, like all the rich people.
No.
It's I don't know how I
They
see
hunt the people.
it. Mm-hmm.
No, that's not really what I meant.
Actually, you know what? He can't give that car to nobody, because here is one thing that like Oprah and a whole bunch of people found out when they give cars away. You have to pay the taxes on them cars, number one. Number two, you have to pay to get them fixed. How much does it cost to get a Mercedes fixed? A lot. How much does it cost to not just get a Tesla fixed, but how do you charge this up? I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I shouldn't have a Tesla. So, where's my charging station?
You have to have
And then if you're in Alberta, I haven't seen that many charging stations around my town, but I guess in like the city in Edmonton and stuff, some people with trucks will purposely park in front of the charging station so the electric cars can't park.
See, okay.
I've seen so many like people post about it and get mad over it. Like, holy crap!
Why? So that because they hate electric cars, they want.
It's like, screw you. You're, I don't know.
Screw
you guys in particular. You're different than me, so I hate you.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Okay, so when it comes to like the super wealthy and stuff, no, I don't think they necessarily want to like leave the planet, probably only because they know that they can't actually do it. They want to put out this image of like, oh, we're gonna help create this utopia. We're gonna help make this world better. We're gonna like lead the way, and we're gonna fight for you guys. We're gonna lead the way. We're gonna lead you guys. But really, everybody else is just gonna be doing the hard work. They're gonna be doing all the showy offy, like, yes, this looks so good. They're gonna make themselves like all puffed up and look really great. But really, it's the regular people that are left paying for everything or actually doing all of the work. So they would rather get the recognition and the validation without putting in the effort. A lot of them.
Yeah. I don't know. These cards came up weird because they're saying that their intuition is telling them that yes, we need to move on to other worlds. We need to explore. We need to push ourselves out. We have that passion, that excitement of conquering new worlds. Our gut is telling us this is the move. This is what we need to do, is create something new. We need to land on a planet, be explorers again. This is going to be great for us because we can pay anything we want, but the obstacles come up and the choices of how are we going to do that? Where are we going to go? What place in the universe is actually going to be the place for us? But so they're here, they're trapped in fear. They don't
ignoring the place that they've already been given.
You can live on.
They have to have a heart, but they don't. They don't. It's not gonna.
That requires effort when your empathy switch has been shut off for however long.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Pardon me. Because the first tourism space mission is finally coming back down to Earth. They cost $55 million each
Ugh.
to go to the International Space Station. There was 3 guys who went. Now, this is relatively, they do it all the time, so it's so forth safe. And as far as traveling back and forth, not tourism missions, but traveling back and forth to the space station is something they do on routine. But not people who are not trained astronauts. So is this going to prove to be a very bad idea to be doing? Because they train you, I guess, they spin you in a little thing to see if you can take it and all that. But is this going to prove to be unsafe to do tourism missions to the International Space Station? $55 million.
That's ridiculous.
So when you run out of people, right? Because we don't have that many people who can throw away $55 million. So when you run out of that, those people, they've already been and come back. And they're like, yeah, did that, done that, whatever. Then what do you do?
Find some more.
No,
because they always want to do it. There's going to be another and another because you did it. Oh, well, let me do it too.
Well, I'm going to block you, Asterion, because you're making me friggin' mad.
Sharon did already.
Okay.
It just may not show in the StreamYard.
So as far as all that goes, I have the Hierophant government being like, hey, we need a cut of this judgment. Hey, we need some of that. It could be a profitable industry, but I don't know. I'm just saying something about like conflict and competition. Some people might end up cutting corners, and that's where it gets unsafe. But I don't know. That's just what I got.
10 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. This is going to be a burden upon the relationships here. Yes, this will. The Hermit and the 7 of Cups. Unsafe, no, but it will be a hassle at some point because I think things on the space station itself may be unstable, especially with the Russia being in timeout. And that's how our astronauts get there. And so there is a lot there with the whole certain people can be here, certain people can't at certain times, blah, blah, blah. So there's something in the business end of it. As far as like the health goes, I won't read anything into this other than changes, but there's the Ace of Cups and the Death. Yeah.
I also just really quickly, with this 5 of Wands, I was also getting like the ISS astronauts, like I'm getting kind of annoyed. Like I'm trying to work and they're bringing in these strangers. Do I have to babysit you people while I'm trying to do my research?
$55 million for one person.
$5 million. It's just, it's really just a breeding ground for those people who, I don't know, just are so, I don't know, no heart. I'm going to do this. I don't tell me how to spend my money. Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't tell me what to do. So don't tell me what to do. I don't think this tourism thing is going to actually get off the ground because there's just way too much conflict and very little harmony because, like you said, the Russians are out. How are we going to get there? Who's doing it? Elon Musk and the guy who owns Amazon, whatever his name is. They're doing it but they're only doing it for the rich. You can't have a
Exactly.
booming business if you're only going to do it for, well, that's not true. Because there are airlines who only work for the rich. There are small airlines, but this is so
Privatized business.
There's so much bigger than that. I think it's going to end up here. It's like arguments, nobody knows how to do it. Nobody knows what to do. So I think this is going to stymie that particular thing for a little while, maybe more than a little while together. So I don't think so. I just think that.
Courtney says, can we send Trump to Mars with Jeff Bezos and Musk? Do you know Elon Musk and Donald Trump have something in common when it comes to things of that nature?
Asperger's?
Donald Trump wanted to nuke a hurricane, and Elon Musk wanted to nuke Mars. That was his solution to introduce heat into Mars, because he figured if he could melt portions of Mars, then life would spring up from it, because
There's gotta be a better way to do it.
they like nukes. So put them on Mars and then you go right ahead.
Yeah.
I wanted to blow up the moon.
Just I can't do this. This is what happens when you don't have math books, okay? The language of space is mathematics.
It comes all the way back around to, look, dude, don't take the math out of the
This is what happens. Oy vey.
Oh God. So my last question is, with companies moving away from Silicon Valley, will real estate prices continue to skyrocket in California, or will it seek a level that allows the former middle class to live in California? Because everybody's getting priced out. It's really bad. Really, really bad. Just normal folk.
Now, this was back in the day. This was 18 years ago, because that's when I first learned tarot, was in that place. We stayed in an apartment that was all of this big, and it was like $1,700. But you look out the window, oh, there's the water, and it's so pretty, and it's always 70 degrees, and but you got to work 4 jobs and 2 corners to pay for it. So you better get the pumps, because rent's due.
No, this is my corner.
I mean, it's all in who you know, though. Maybe you only got to work 1 and they overpay or something. I don't know. You do you. Well, it's relative, I guess. Page of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. The interest is leaving in the properties, therefore it will be adjusted. However, adjusted California is not adjusted Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, you can get a whole big 3-bedroom house for $50,000. In California, you might get a train ticket for $50,000.
Or a train car, old train car. The bums don't.
We're not really supposed to sleep in there.
They're like, don't mind them; they'll stay down at that end.
They're always here.
It's a mobile apartment on rails, okay?
Meanwhile, he's a doctor and he's a lawyer, but you still can't make it round here. The Hangman and the 8 of Cups, again, there is a perspective change on the abandonment of this in particular swath of land. But again, adjustment California is not the same everywhere else. So the Ace of Swords and the 7 of Cups, there is no clear defined yes or no. Property values will come down with more and more people moving away. However, it is still too much. So even though you got the Ace of Swords victory on that, the 7 of Cups, there's still way too many options, and all you're going to get is somebody to invest and build up, and they'll be racked back where they were.
Yeah, I have. If if it does decline, it would be slow. It wouldn't be like an overnight or over the period of a few weeks or whatever. The people who are already established and well off are going to continue to be fine, fine as they are. But some people are not going to know what to do because maybe they are like wanting to sell their home, but maybe they're worried they're not going to get enough money out of it or whatever. And then some people might want to move away, but everywhere else to live is just too damn expensive. So it's like, I already have a house. I might as well stay here. But yeah, it's almost like, I don't know, it's like stuck where they are. It's just too expensive.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that there needs to be balance, but there is no balance right now. People are just so confused and so conflicted about what they should do with their, retirement, where they should move for retirement, what they should, how their savings are going to stand up to this economy that is trying to run them out of the state, basically. So I don't know. There's something in the works to try to bring down the prices, but it's a waiting game. I don't think. I don't know. As soon as you start working on bringing down the prices, then something goes wrong and everything shoots up again. So the prices of gas in California is coming down finally, but who knows? Next week it could shoot up again once stuff starts happening. So it's a crapshoot. We just don't. We're sort of. It's like you're running out of space, right? Because it used to be like open. You can move anywhere and find a place, but now that's not the case. That's not going to be the case.
When I worked for the mortgage company, this is the first time I ever heard that, is in New York, they sell airspace because you can't build out anymore. You have to build up. Mm-hmm. And so they literally sell airspace so that you can build something on top of something that's already there. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, good Lord, Jesus.
Trump did that on the right, like on the Hudson, right? He built something that a building, an apartment building, and he bought the airspace over that because the people in the building that was there, they could see the water, they could see the Hudson River, they could see across the river into New Jersey and all that other stuff. And then Trump came and bought the airspace, and it was like, nope, you're not going to see, you're going to see my butt.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. It's like, Lord.
So that was a big thing. Well, when I was in New York, that was a big thing. That he could do that. They were like, how can he do that? How can he do that? He's got money. Mm-hmm. Or he thinks, or he's got somebody else's money. So thank you guys so much for coming out today and being here with us, everybody in the chat. It's my first time having a troll that was a little like, usually I just shrug him off. But today I was like,
you're working on my nerves.
So off with his head. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next Friday. And whose channel will we be on?
We'll be on mine, but we'll see you tomorrow on Seanna Rose Metaphysical. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Do your own time after that.
Yeah. 1 p.m. for me, Mountain Time. 3 p.m. for y'all.
Thank you, guys. Bless you. Walk in beauty. Thank you. I will see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.